This is Movietone. Leslie Mitchell reporting. Operation Pluto is another of those top secrets which can only now be revealed. Its origin was the request of Lord Louis Mountbatten, then Chief of Combined Operations, to Mr. Geoffrey Lloyd of the Petroleum Warfare Department to lay an oil pipe line across the Channel. A vital extension of the 1,000-mile oil pipeline which had already been constructed in Britain. Its object, of course, was the supply of fuel to the Allied Expeditionary Force. First, a combination of firms produced what has come to be known as Hayes cable, like a submarine electric power cable without the cores and insulation. Meanwhile, other engineers devised a kind of pipe called Hamel pipe, which made in 20-foot pieces could be welded into any required length. This pipe was so flexible that it could be wound on a drum like cotton on a reel. On the coast, special high-pressure pumping stations were built, and as you'll see, very nicely camouflaged. Trials were then carried out. This was in December 1942. Yes, even then, preparations were being made for D-Day. No cable ship being large enough to carry a full length of the heavy Hayes cable, a coaster, SS London, had been converted into HMS Holdfast. She successfully laid an experimental oil cable from Swansea to Ilfracombe across the Bristol Channel. In these waters, conditions approximated to those in the English Channel. Experiments with Hamel pipe were carried out in HMS Persephone, which had been converted from a hopper barge to this. She had a sort of great wheel rotating in trunnions on her deck, capable of carrying many miles of the 3-inch pipe and paying it out into the sea. It was from this ship that the plan developed whereby the full length of pipe required to cross the Channel could be taken over and laid in one continuous piece. This was in fact done by means of floating drums known as HMS Conundrums, or Canuns for short. The Canun is 90 foot long and over 50 foot in diameter. When fully wound, it weighs 1,600 tons, about the weight of a destroyer, and can carry 70 miles of pipeline. Trials with HMS Conundrum were successful, and 6 of these drums were constructed for handling the Hamel pipe. Meanwhile, 3 merchant ships, in addition to the one we've seen, were converted into layers of Hayes cable. And so, what had at first been thought impossible became a practical plan. A few weeks after D-Day, the Navy did the job. Force Pluto took cable and pipelines across. The Germans were completely outwitted. They observed the Canuns but didn't think them worth further attention. So the Allied armies were assured of a speedy and regular supply of fuel, and great economy was effected in tanker tonnage for use elsewhere, including the Far East. Eventually, 1 million gallons a day were being pumped from the Mersey to the Rhine. As in the case of the Mulberry Harbour, British brains and engineering skill had done it again.